10 Jats. Now, this is from the book Political Consequences of the First World War on the British Indian Army's class composition and myths about class composition. Now, this book basically states that after the First World War, the British decided it was not a written policy, but it was a unwritten, undeclared, but definite policy that all the infantry units of the British Indian Army, barring few, like Gorkhas, were not supposed to have any other class company. Barring few battalions, most of the infantry battalions were diluted, as my grandfather's elder brother called it, serving in the CID. All infantry battalions were diluted with Punjabi Muslims because they were thought to be the most loyal and politically most docile race by the British. And this short podcast deals with the 10th Jats, which was also diluted, its Hindu Jat composition totally tempered and destroyed by the 1921 organization. As you can see, this unit was raised in 1823 as the 1st Battalion, 33rd Regiment Bengal Infantry. It was 10th Jat in the First World War. It had the battle honors China 1858-59 and Burma 1885-87. As you can see, this battalion was 100% Hindustani Hindu Jat in the First World War. It fought very well. But after the First World War, this battalion's class composition was tempered and the Hindu Jats were reduced to 50%. 25% Punjabi Muslims were introduced, as well as 25% Hindu Rajputs. Thus, the unit was diluted to multi-class in line with the political loyalty formula. According to my grandfather's elder brother, who served in the CID for almost 40 years, the political loyalty formula was never declared as such in writing because it would have created an embarrassing situation and many question marks and could have been misused politically. But this was the hard fact. This was the hard fact how the British Indian Army infantry was reorganized in 1922, and there were such shocking things like Pathans were removed from the Guides cavalry. Although the Guides was basically a generally more Pathan-centered unit than anybody, but after the First World War, the Pathans were removed from the Guides cavalry, from PAVO cavalry. The Rangards and the Hindustani Pathans were the nucleus of this unit, and the PAVO cavalry had no Punjabi Muslims, but they were introduced in 1922, and the Rangards were removed in 1922, and with great effort of Philip Mason, Sikandar Mirza, and my grandfather serving in the Ministry of Defense, in the Second World War, the Rangards, classified as the Hindustani Muslims, were brought back to PAVO cavalry. This was about 1942. Yet ignorance is so great that Yahya Afindi still claimed that PAVO cavalry fought the Second World War with only Sikhs and the Punjabi Muslims. Absolute nonsense.